Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I will be explaining to us in details how you can apply for a master's program in a fashion related course, even if you didn't do a fashion related course in your first degree. What do I mean by that? If you studied accounting, you studied medicine, whatever course you studied, you can apply for a master's in a fashion related course. So that is what I'm about to tell you in this video. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so now I don't want to make this video very elaborate and all of that. I want it to be very straightforward. So this is it. If you didn't do anything fashion related in your first degree, maybe fashion design, digital fashion, anything fashion related in your first degree, okay, you can apply for a master's in a fashion related course just like myself. So let me use me as an example. My first degree, I studied physics and telecommunication. No bearing with fashion at all, like no bearings, but now I'm studying masters in fashion business and management. So how was I able to do that? Now, before you apply to any school, or when you apply to any school, there are certain criteria you need to meet before you can apply for a master's in a fashion related course. So let me give us some examples like fashion design. Yes, we have masters in fashion design, I beg your pardon. We have masters in fashion marketing, fashion business and management. There are so many courses that are fashion related. Okay, so now I'll tell you the requirements that you need to apply for any of these courses. Now let me start with fashion design. If you want to go for a master's in fashion design and you didn't have any you didn't do anything fashion design in your first degree, it's possible. It's possible. It's just that it's a little bit dicey. Yeah. If you want to do a master's in fashion design, one of the major criteria to be asking you for is a portfolio. So what is a portfolio? A portfolio, is an all encompassing how do I put it now, like work of your designs. Now a portfolio is just beyond I can cut and sew. It's far from that. In fact, as a fashion designer, knowing how to sew is the least of your worries. Yeah, it's the least of your worries. You don't in fact you don't even need to know how to use a machine for you to be a fashion designer. So back to criteria they'll be asking you for if you want to apply for masters in fashion designing. You need to have a portfolio. What is a portfolio? Now for a portfolio, you need to have not just a portfolio, you need a professional portfolio. Okay, so it's going to show your inspiration. Probably you design the dress. Okay, you can't just, they're not really interested in the final outcome of the dress. What they're interested is how you came about the design. Okay, and that starts from your inspiration. Maybe you went to the beach, you saw something flying in the sky, I'm just saying, or you went to a museum, you went to an art gallery, you saw a design, you sketch it out. After sketching it, you start coming up with the colors you want to use. You have mood board, what they call this thing again, fabric, I've forgotten those terms. So you need to have, even if it's not an A-list portfolio, you need a professional portfolio. So it means that it's possible that for your first degree you did something not fashion related, and over the years probably you have interest for fashion designing and you actually learned how to make a portfolio. You've been sketching designs for people, not just sketching, please don't get me wrong, there are processes. Okay, you can just go to Google and type how to create a portfolio, not architectural portfolio, fashion portfolio. So you see all the steps. It's a bit, it's beyond just I sketch a style and I've sewn it. That's not it. Okay, yeah. So that's for fashion design. You need a portfolio. It's very important. So if you have a portfolio, fine, you can apply for it. And then for some schools, they might not really require you to do like a very professional portfolio. You get it? Yeah. Maybe you could just do a few sketches, show them the process of how you came about the design, the concepts, all of that. Just show them. But some schools are very, very strict. They need a professional portfolio, because you cannot just come from nowhere and come and do masters in fashion design. You'll be lost in the class. So that's for fashion design. But there are other fashion related courses, okay, that you can do that do not require a professional portfolio. Okay, so you can go for fashion marketing, international fashion business and management. There are so many fashion related courses, okay, that probably teach you the business side of fashion or digital illustration. There's so many. Okay, so let me give an example now. Like myself now, I'm studying fashion business and management. So let me use this course as an example. Now, for this type of course, they still need you to, one of the requirements they need is for you to have done a relevant course in your first degree. They'll write it there that you should have first degree in a fashion related course. Now, which brings me to the essence of this video. A lot of people, okay, a lot of people are into fashion now. They sew, they do a man of things, and they didn't do fashion in their first degree. It's fine. It's fine. You can apply and you get the admission. So, what are the requirements? Very, very simple. Very simple. Now, let me use myself as an example. Okay. I studied physics and telecommunication. Yeah, that's far from what I'm doing right now. So, but if you don't have a first degree in a fashion related course, the other option they'll now give you is for you to have relevant experience in fashion. So that's it, as simple as that. Relevant experience. So when I say relevant experience, not 1 year, please, not 1 year. Okay, so let me use myself as an example. Okay, so when I finished my university, I did NYSC. Of course, that has nothing to do with fashion. Yeah, and then I taught in primary school for about 2 years. Okay, so if I begin to count my experience in the fashion industry, okay, from when I started sewing, okay, when I started sewing, not maybe, how do I put it now? From when I started sewing, not when I opened a company or whatever. You understand? If I start counting it down the years now, that's about let me see, that's roughly about 9 years. Okay, so that's how would I put it now? That's relevant experience. So you can have up to 3 years, 4 years relevant experience in fashion. So it could be that you have a dressmaking sense. You have a fashion home. You sew for people. It could be ready to wear. It could be bespoke. It could be that you have a boutique. You sell fashion items. Okay. It could be that you are just doing something that is fashion related. Okay. So, and then another thing the school will require you to do is to write a very strong letter of motivation. Don't worry, it's not something that is difficult. What they want you to do is just to explain to them why you studied accounting, now you're doing fashion. That just explain to them. So you just tell them something like, okay, when I did accounting, when I finished school, I have interest in fashion, so because of that, I did da. Just write a very strong letter of motivation, or they call it statement of purpose. Good. So, in that letter, you explain to them why you are transiting from accounting to fashion. That's all. So, and then that's all. So, but you need relevant experience. Okay. So, I don't know. They don't usually state it that maybe they need maybe 3 years or 4 years. They don't state it, but I think 3 years and above is okay for you to use as relevant experience, because that is covering up for you not doing a fashion related course in your first degree. You understand? So that's it. Now, to get admission is one thing. To get visa is another thing. Okay, so on the part of the school, what they want from you is to write a strong letter of motivation. That's one. Then have relevant experience in fashion. So it can be sewing, can be like you sell fashion items, maybe you have a fashion school, anything fashion related. So like I said, getting admission is one thing, getting visa is another thing. Now, for you to get visa, that's a different ball game entirely, because you have told the school that you applied to with your mouth that you studied engineering, and now you have 10 years relevant experience in fashion. They've heard you, they've given you admission. Now visa has nothing to do with the school. UKVI is in charge of, okay, UKVI is for UK anyway. They're like UK government, and the one that will issue you visa. Now before they can issue you visa, aside the many other requirements, I'm talking about in terms of your experience now. Okay, you can't just write it in your CV that you have 5 years working experience in fashion. You have to back it up with relevant documents. Let me use myself as an example. Okay, so when they want to issue you visa, okay, or let me say during your visa processing, there's something they call study gap. Study gap is a period between when you finished from school and the time you're applying for visa for study. Okay, so let me assume, let's say I finished my university in 2009. Okay, so 2009, it's an assumption, 2009 to this year, that last 13 years. Okay, so my study gap is 13 years. I must be able to explain to UKVI with relevant documents what I've been doing between 2009 and 2022. Okay, so let me give an example of relevant documents. Okay, so relevant documents, you can put in your NYC certificate. Of course, you need NYC for 1 year, because you need to explain what you've been doing. Though it doesn't have to be year in, year out. You get, but at least account for most part of the years. So you can put your NYC certificate. Okay, then for someone like me, when I finished NYC, I didn't go into fashion immediately. Okay, I taught in primary school for about 2 years. So what I did was, my letter of employment, I kept it all the while. I don't know why. Each time I'm going through my document, I don't know, when I see that letter, I want to tear it. Something keeps telling me, just keep it. You don't think it can be used for one day. And somehow I used it during my visa application. Okay, so after I added my employment letter, then what I did again was, okay, between when I stopped teaching and after I stopped teaching, rather, I started sewing. Now this is it. I learned how to sew before NYSC, like before I finished my university. Okay, so when I left my teaching job, I started working as a tailor. Okay, or I started sewing clothes for people, but it's not registered with CAC, and somehow I cannot just wake up from the blues and say that I registered a fashion school or I registered a company without any experience. So what I did was, I did that for about 2 or 3 years. Okay, so when I was explaining that part, I just told them that I was a freelance dressmaker. Freelance means that I work for myself, but I also needed something to back up that period, because anybody can come and cook up any story. So for that part where I said I was doing freelance, what I did was, I think for that period, I already had a YouTube channel. Yeah, I already opened Welala page. So what I did was, I just screenshot Welala page, I screenshot my YouTube channel, I put the links. Okay, so I told them that, okay, I was a freelance dressmaker, and I post my stores online, on Facebook, on YouTube, and I put it there. So that enough has covered for that period. Okay, and the next thing I did was, after that period, we registered a company, Welala. Okay, so I I uploaded the CAC document, shows that the business was registered. Okay, and document, sorry, certificates, and then the documents. Certificates is just kind of the name of the company. Certificates will show now, okay, I'm probably one of the directors of the company. Just upload documents, to back up whatever it is you're saying. Okay, so if you've done a training or a certification during that period, just put it there. If you've done anything, maybe if you don't have letter of employment of wherever you worked before, you can put your resignation letter there. Or if you're in good terms with your former employers rather, you can go there and tell them to give you a reference letter, so that they would actually put that, okay, this person passed through us. But the most important thing is you have to be able to prove that relevant experience you claimed when the school was giving you admission. Okay, you have to be able to have to be able to back up that relevant experience. So in your own case, it might be that you don't have a fashion school. It might be that maybe you sell clothes, you're ready to wear. You can upload receipts that you issue to your customer when you sew for them or when you sell to them. You can issue, and you can upload your invoices of when you buy probably sewing materials. You can upload just documents just to back up whatever it is you're claiming that you've done. Documents to back up whatever relevant experience you're claiming that you have. Because it's one thing for school to give admission, it's another thing for UKVI to give you visa. You understand? So you must be able to account for your study gap. Very important. So once you do that, and then you meet all the many requirements, and then of course with prayer, definitely you're going to get that. You're going to get the admission. So irrespective, whether I did electrical engineering, you did mass com, whatever, the most important thing is either, okay, since you don't have a first degree in a fashion related course, then what you need to do is to have relevant experience in fashion with documents to back it up. That's all. So the documents can be letter of employment, reference letter, invoices of transaction with your customers, receipts, CAC documents, all manner of, just to account for what you've been doing with. Okay. Then in my own case, I even uploaded my training certificate. The first place I learned how to sew, I learned in a roadside tailor shop. I uploaded it, so they know that, okay, I didn't just jump into being a freelance dressmaker. I actually had the knowledge before. So all these if you can prove all of this, why not? They'll give it to you, why not? So that's it. So I hope you were able to learn one or two things from this video. If I didn't answer any question or I didn't touch any part, you can leave the question in the comment section. I will try to answer it. And then if there are other areas you want me to touch about, coming to study in the UK, whatever, just put it in the comment section. I'll try and do a video on it. So pardon me guys, when I'm panting, the weather is cold. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye.